Hello everybody, I was a little bit slow to start the stream. Give me a sec, I need to do like a couple battles so that we're in plat safely. Yeah, I actually got a good stock of energy drinks earlier today, so we're not gonna run out. I have one at my hand always. Nokko is the best. What do you guys think about Monster? So, I feel like Monster is such a brand scam. Everybody always says that Monster is a good energy drink, and I know several people in like real life that, I don't know why, but they say that the white Monster is the best one. I think Monster energy drink is like garbage compared to like pretty much any other energy drink brand. They all taste super like artificial and not good at all. Like the best Monster is as good as, you know, the cheapest energy drink that you can get in Finland, which is called Euroshopper, which is like a which is like an energy drink that 10-year-olds kids drink because it costs like less than €1. Like the other big brands like Battery is good. They have different tastes, but even I think the basic Battery is way better than basic Monster. And what else? Red Bull I think is the like between those three. Red Bull is much worse than Battery, but I think it's way better than Monster at least. I mean, you know, a lot of things are bad. I think the alarm, yeah, what's the word? I think the panic people have around energy drinks is a little bit overblown. There's a lot of things that, like, I mean, everything is generally bad if you take it too much, and we eat a lot of sugar and other things, so I don't think sugarless energy drinks are really that big concern, especially when you compare it to like sodas that have sugar or candy. Those are much worse, or even just baked goods. I really don't think energy drinks are really that bad at all. Anything you take too much is bad for you. You can literally get water poisoning. That's like an actual term, water poisoning. Okay, can I just beat one of these? Surely I can get this one. But yeah, I'm not saying that energy drinks are like, you know, are some kind of health thing, but I think the hype around them is overblown. Sodas are much worse than energy drinks. If you eat them, or if you drink them with sugar, at least. Not even with sugar, but like, since, well, of course also sugar, but like, what do you call it in English? The bubble thing, whatever that's called. That's bad for your teeth. Wait, what's the word? Not hibernation. Carbonation. Carbonation is bad for your teeth. Sodas with sugar and carbonation, they are way worse than sugarless energy drinks. Not the doctor, that's just my personal opinion as somebody that has looked into it a bit. Okay, let's get into the battles. The carbonation is actually pretty bad. It's just meant to be, I guess, some kind of flavor thing, but it's just kind of no upsides on it. And people have like big panic about energy drinks, but coffee is just a normal thing, and older people accept coffee but not energy drinks, so I think that's kind of weird. And if you take some kind of pre-workout thing, if you go to the gym, probably you have caffeine in that too, so. Or you might also drink an energy drink on top of it, but probably your pre-workout also has caffeine on it anyway. Okay, it's off-season. Probably not gonna be that big competition, but let's see. If you guys wanna do friendly battles today, we can spam them as much as you want. Last couple times when the season was ongoing, people wanted to do so many friendly battles and I couldn't do it endlessly. I guess last stream we did Tonsus and it was like way too late for me. Okay, let me look it up. I have no idea. I think I've heard that name before, but I don't know what it is. I haven't played it. It just looks like some old game. I thought it was the music thing, whatever that game is called, that people play. Should I go for Gallows again? He does have 2 magic affinity nukers and the team is not that tanky, and he has a lot of buffs and block damage, so Gallows probably would be a good option here. Also probably the Hilvi is in 9-piece Mercurial and maybe Siegfried or somebody else, so the AoE would be better than single target damage. I think I'm gonna ban the Predator here actually and not Hilvi. Anyway, nobody else had like opinion about Monster, because I feel like that brand is so overrated. I don't know why everybody says that the Monster is like a good energy drink. Oh, okay. That Siegfried hit pretty hard. I mean, it's not over yet though. What's up, Pablo? By the way, Ankara is kind of good against the Hilvi matchups. You're not gonna get frozen, so it's actually kind of counter. I don't wanna say counter, but it's like a good matchup. Okay. The Siegfried is just doing too much damage. I don't think we can make a comeback here. Oh, I think it's like a full... Is it like a full support Lazarus, maybe? I don't think that was damage Lazarus at all. Okay, so he was running like 3 turn meter boosters and Siegfried. I thought it was triple nuker team. I guess Empress wasn't that good against that. Rotos would have been way better. I mean, maybe I should have early picked Rotos or Gallows and then later the other one. Maybe I should have gone Gallows first pick. Yeah, I did join LEO, so it's a funny thing because I don't know if you guys saw I don't remember was it on like streams or videos, but a couple times during the season I was looking at the leaderboards and I saw that they had tons of people in top 100 and but it's not English clan, so I wasn't really thinking about anything about that, but they messaged me a couple days ago, so obviously I wanted to join them. I have been, you know, I have been not trying to like make too much drama about it, but I have been looking for a clan for a while now, because no disrespect to CHQ, but I used to know a bunch of CHQ people before my break, and you know, I really liked it as a clan, even though I never was in it. and I was super interested to join them when I came back, but like then it turned out that none of the people that I know actually play the game anymore. Like their own clan leader and a couple other people that used to be in my stream all the time. None of those play. The new or current members, they don't really talk a lot in the Discord, and kind of felt a little bit lack of community. Like they definitely have a couple hardcore arena players that play live arena and so on, but didn't really feel like active community, honestly. And I really wanted to join like a hardcore arena clan to get some motivation and like some peer-to-peer like discussions and stuff again. Especially after I was back to the game for a few months and I've been kind of fuck, I don't know what to pick. I've been kind of wanting to be more competitive, and I have been tryharding, and I really wanted to some clan where the other people are super tryhards and into PvP. There's not too many of those these days, you know. There's a couple I don't want to join, like SP, and there's only couple really PvP focused clans anyway, and all of them have really high PvE requirements, so I couldn't really I mean, I guess I can just say, you know, there was two clans that I was thinking about joining. IPR, they disbanded. Other one was Rodents of Unusual Size, and they basically said that you know, I don't do enough Hydra damage, so I need to do like billions of Hydra damage if I want to join. And then I was just couple months sucking my thumb because I didn't really have any clan in mind that I would want to join, and I didn't meet the requirements of any clans anyway. So Alio messaged me a couple days ago and I was actually super interested about it. I had been thinking about it for a while now, but I just didn't have any clan in mind at all. TLDR, that's like a long story. I kind of talked about it, but I don't know if I talked about the clans that I was talking with. My own clan was good, I'm not gonna lie. Before I quit, we were doing pretty well, and we actually had really strong roster, but everybody kind of went their own way. Some of them went to the big cluster, some went to SP, and some people just quit. And when I came back, my clan basically disbanded. Not before I came back, but just when I came back it basically disbanded. So, but that was kind of the thing that I was looking for anyway, like a PvP focused clan that doesn't have insane PvE requirements, and it doesn't seem like there is too many of those. Everybody wants to get the loot from Sieges and Hydra and Chimera, and it's kind of hard to have like a hardcore PvP community that doesn't have insane PvE requirements. Not like back in the day when some of the clans like Mad didn't have any PvE requirements at all. No clan is like that anymore, really. And what I was looking during the last season, when I was looking at the clans and trying to think about the options, a lot of the good clans that would otherwise be good are not English speaking. Like, we have one Korean clan, we have one Chinese clan, but I mean there's other ones, but and then there's bunch of Russian and Ukrainian clans, and I didn't really think about any of those, but I feel like probably most of the arena clans at this point are non-English speaking. I wanna say like half of the arena clans are either Russian or Ukrainian or Asian. So yeah, like Angels of War was another one. They were really active in last live arena season. I'm pretty sure it's a Russian clan. Somebody correct me, I can't read it, could be Ukrainian or something else. I assume they're Russian, but a lot of these This is the clan with bunch of people that had Tokyo in their name in the last season, and they were using the same name. But yeah, that's about it. Maybe I should make a separate video about the clan thing. Not trying to like do any clan drama or shit talk any clans, just what the clan scene looks right now. Okay, let me catch up with the chat. It was a long monologue again. Okay, you wanna do battle? Let's do it after this one. But yeah, that's about it with my clan situation. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe trying to apply to the Korean clan or NBF, but I never did, and the reason was that, you know, I was thinking that I was kind of looking for like a community, and I don't know how much they would actually speak English, but I ended up joining an Ukrainian clan anyway, so we will see. I think this clan would be like exactly what I wanted if they were English speaking, but they do speak English, of course. But I was looking at the leaderboards last season, which is why I was very familiar with this clan, because they actually had the most amount of people in top 100. This clan had 11 people in top 100, which of course, you know, doesn't really mean like the world, but it means that they, you know, they play PvP and care about it, so it was kind of like exactly what I was looking for anyway. It can't be too whaley clan, because I wouldn't meet the requirements of a clan like that, but, you know, they were still very active in PvP. Ah, fuck. This fight we're so gonna lose. Yeah, I can show Galleo's build in a second. He's in just lethal and stone skin and cat's case that I just got recently. I actually need to maybe rethink his build a little bit, because I think I changed my Donatello build a little bit, and I probably can maybe the optimal build for my Gallows is different now, because I opened a couple of items that were on Donatello before. Maybe I could make my Gallows faster actually. I think he's like 270. It's like a normal speed, not super slow, not super fast. Oh, okay, what's up, Grim Reaper? Yeah, I left CHQ today. For now, I'm not entertaining other clans. There was also this thing, so I don't know if you missed it, but people were asking about the clan thing. I was just talking about it for a while, but I was thinking about switching clan for a while, but I also didn't want to like join a clan for like a week and then join something else, so I was kind of hanging out in CHQ for a while, even though I was interested about joining something else, because I just didn't have any specific clan in mind. I think if the Alio thing doesn't work out, I think the next clan that I'm gonna apply is gonna be he's gonna be Gallifrey. I always talk about Gallifrey and I never apply to them or join them, and I need to do it someday if it comes down to it. Gallifrey has been popping off lately, so I don't know if I even meet the requirements to Gallifrey though. I probably don't even meet the requirements now that I think about it. Gallifrey is pretty hardcore, so maybe I don't. Wait, Grim Reaper, I thought you were in Aspie. You're in which OC clan? Are you talking about the Shini's mom name, Vito? I mean, I'm not adverse to a little bit banter. I have done, you know, much more offensive account name changes in this game myself. So, you know, if anything, I'm flattered or impressed by the homage of that name than offended. Considering that I have had such names in Clan Reset, like in Platinum Arena Reset, like Hell Hades is better than Panda or Hell Hades nuts and whatever other names I had back in the day, so I can't really. It will be kind of ironic if I got offended by such a small thing. Hell Hades nuts was such a good name. I've told this story before, but if somebody remembers, there was this time when there is this content creator called T-Swift. I don't want to go too much into detail about him, but it's basically like a guy that did some bad things and people were often talking negatively about him. He's like a content creator that committed some pretty heinous crimes in real life and people found about it. And this is like several years ago. One time Hell Hades changed his name for, I think, a champion training tournament, and then T-Swift took his name, and then Hell Hades was a little bit offended about it, and he made some kind of video asking Plarium to like give his name back and protect the honor of content creators. He said something like that, and then after that, you know, back in the day, Platinum Arena enjoyers were pretty spicy and did a lot of trolling. And bunch of people changed their name to Hell Hades and various variations of his name. And me and one mate at the time, I forget what is his name, because we were both in Tomb of Nazareth at the time, but that guy quit like eons ago. I don't even remember his name. But we both used the name Hell Hades Nuts on Platinum Reset. One of, like, we had the same name with like slightly different ways of typing it. It was pretty good meme. And during that reset, part of the reason why we did it was because Hell Hades said that he's gonna do a platinum push, and he did do a push, and he hit my defense, and he lost my defense, but he didn't make a video about it. I was so sad because I thought I got that on a video, but Hell Hades never released it. This was like probably like multiple years before I made any content myself. I was just your casual raid player kind of memeing around a little bit. Okay. Leadfoot, we're gonna do a fight, right? Where did you type it? Wait, where is it? Okay, let's go. Anyway, that's about it. Was Hell Hades not a good name to troll around? Let me know what you think about it in comments. I thought that was pretty good one. I've had more offensive names, but I thought that was quite funny. Now, to be fair, the other guy came up with that name. We were like, it was my idea that we need to have some kind of Hell Hades name, and we were kind of spitballing ideas in the Tomb of Nazareth clan chat, but the Hell Hades Nuts was his idea, but I forget what that guy's name was. What happened to the Ancient Order? I think just kind of, you know, time passed by. I guess the original powerful dictator leader Madara quit eons ago, and I guess the clan you know, took a little bit downturn after that. I don't know if it's really because of Madara, but Madara used to be like the famous Ancient Order clan leader. I don't know, both Gallifrey and the Ancient Order were like the top clans in the first year, but both I guess still exist, but they are not as big as they used. I think the Ancient Order had like 40 clans or something crazy. They had ridiculous amount of clans in their cluster at one point. Surely they had some big drama and they made their own clusters, but I don't remember or know the details about it. I think people told me the details about it years ago, but I don't even remember at this point. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Ancient Order used to be the biggest cluster in the game. Okay, is this gonna be a Galleos fight? Though it's against Marius, but maybe still. I feel like I just go Necret Rooster here. I can probably... whatever lead foot picks, I can ban it. Yeah, to be fair, like my clan, it kind of, you know, obviously took a hit when I quit. But then there was couple other really, you know, couple officers in the clan, Biohack and Father Star kind of took over. But then Father Star went to SP and Biohack quit. And I think Father Star also quit the game at this point. But actually, my clan was super strong. If I didn't quit, I think our clan would probably be in a pretty good spot, because before I quit we had a very strong roster. Almost surprisingly strong roster. Like I was probably the weakest or one of the weakest member in the clan by far. A bunch of them ended up joining SP actually. But probably like, I wanna say more than 50% of the people that were in my clan before I quit, they have quit the game. I think probably a lot more than 50% actually. Also, Arena Enjoyers, I feel like that was a really good clan name. Arena Enjoyers was the clan that I would have wanted to join now, but there wasn't really any current iterations of it that I could really come up with. And I definitely don't want to make my own clan or be a clan leader again. I don't think I'm built to do that. Yeah, I kind of feel bad about quitting the game, honestly, because our clan was in a pretty good spot. And I don't think it... And they survived super long time even after I quit. So I'm pretty sure we would have been just fine if I just didn't quit the game. Okay, getting full locked out here is not the best, but he only has one reviver and Galather is on the second form. If I just survive long enough that Rooster can do anything, I think this should be kind of easy one-shot for Galleos, really. If he can just get a turn. Yeah, you guys did really good job, but like I was very surprised when I came back that the clan was still a thing. Honestly. Not that I wanna like toot my own horn too much, but even just any clan is kind of... if you survive that long, it's pretty good in the current environment of Raid, but we were kind of like a content content creator clan. I mean, there was other content creators than me in the clan, but it was kind of like a content creator clan. Biohack and Father Star did a really good job after my absence. Okay, I think that's about it. Maybe I should have picked Mordor Angora instead of Daces. Daces wasn't really useful here at all, and Galadriel couldn't really... I mean, the Gallows couldn't really do anything against Galadriel. We kept Gallows alive, but he basically didn't take a single turn in the entire battle. But yeah, I kind of, in regards to your Grand Machine trolling, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of like looking at the raid with roast in that classes. I will definitely say that back in the day, people in this game were much more trolly, and people took Arena very seriously, and there was tons of people that did it, not just a couple mega whales that were like too strong for anybody to deal with. It was the fun days. It was more fun when we had a lot of chat PvP and trolling and clan rivalries and this kind of stuff. I think the clans... Wait, fuck. Did I just go with ungeared colors? Oh, okay, fuck. I think I did like one Chimera key earlier today. Fuck. Oh yeah, somebody was asking about the Gallows build. I think I can probably do a better build because I took some pieces of gear away from him to make like insanely good Donatello build. But then I changed the Donatello build a little bit afterwards, so I can probably upgrade the Gallows build. I think the old build was... which one is the old build? No, not any of those. I guess I deleted the old... it used to be 277 speed, but I think this is mostly the old build I was running on him. I can definitely upgrade the current one. But it's already pretty good. Obviously, I didn't have a cat's case before, and even though I downgraded his other gear a little bit recently, by recently I mean like a week ago, actually recently, the cat's case compared to Gilded, whatever it's called, Gilded Dragonstone, this is what he had previously, it's way more damage. I think Gallows... People have been shilling for me to use Gallows in the chat, and I think that now when I got the cat's case, I think Gallows is a lot more attractive pick for me. I've been talking about it recently. If anybody saw my video I made about PvP meta right now, I thought it was really good video. Some people were pretty strong with their opinions that they feel like one champion should be on my list or not, but I think the essence that I talked at the start of the video is that the current meta is a lot about like block damage and unkillable, and the good nukers ignore it or do block damage or unkillable on themselves. The good supports do block damage and unkillable and are able to abuse 9-piece Mercurial set with like buff strips or CC and so on. And also, like, unkillable block damage and ignoring those, and then the CC. That's pretty much the meta in a nutshell. So, Gallows, though I think he does it in like a wrong order. Let me double check. Not this skill. Places provoke, also places unkillable and counterattack. I think you get the unkillable after you deal damage, which is a little bit shame. On some of the champions it works a bit differently, but he kind of does unkillable and ignores block damage, not unkillable. But the issue with his own unkillable is that if the enemy has some kind of recoil, like aim burst passive or Volcardiac Heart relic, which is very common and very meta, he will actually kill himself when he does the A2. You need to survive your own nuke, then you get unkillable. But Carlos is kind of doing the exact things that the top meta champions do. I wish he would do the buff first before attacking, it would be so much better. Reflect damage or recoil might seem like a very fringe mechanic, but it's very popular. Probably like most of the teams have some form of it in every battle. Okay, I think... no, fuck. Westil was also missing gear. But yeah, his damage is way better. That was a very long way of saying, but now that I got the Guts case, his damage is already way better. And he does deal with some of the meta champions. I mean, Rotos and Predator can do it too. Predator and Rotos both have block revive, and Rotos ignores both block damage and unkillable. And Predator kind of with the A3, but it's very conditional that you need to get the debuff. Gallows doesn't ignore quite as much as those other two, and it's not as tanky. But it does have like a pretty good utility for the team if you're not locked out, and you can use the abilities on the first form as well. Okay, be right back. Well, if you hate Polymorph, then you don't have to hate it as much now, because Polymorph kind of made... I mean, Mercurial made Polymorph a lot worse, and even though it can still be good if the enemy is not running Mercurial on their supports, but people are using Polymorph way less. And if they do have Mercurial, then it's useless anyway. So we swap it like one annoying thing to another annoying thing. I agree with you, but like I pulled a lot of good relics recently. Like if we look at December, I didn't have any good relics at all. Even though I started playing at the end of the summer, all of the relics that I got that are like good, I got during this year, so they're all quite recent ones, actually. Okay, this battle I'm not gonna make the mistake of picking Duchess. Yeah, the new set is a little bit annoying, like a single target nuke or Rotos. It's sometimes very hard to use him, especially if they are running Galathyr or Theodosia, which they are very often. And they might not only have a lot of Mercurial, but also Veil and other things. And it feels like Rotos is just not able to deal any damage, because they always have one form of immunity or another. AoE seems kind of more prudent. Which one do I want to pick here? I feel like here, though, we go Rotos. I mean, I think I could have used, like, probably any of my nukers in this battle. Famous final words, but I think so. I'm looking forward to getting my Rotos in 9-piece Mercurial, though. That's the plan. I think the big, like, one of the big issues, I just said that we have a lot of Veil and Stone Skin slash Mercurial, but outside of that, my Rotos still gets CC'd a lot all the time. And I think Mercurial would help a lot with that. Not just taking less damage, but I think the one that I'm more interested about for him would be the fact that it's a 6-piece stone skin Heproc. I don't think I'm really afraid of that damage. But yeah, I would get so much less CC on my Rotos with that set. I think that's gonna be the way to go. What's up, Lanzosaurus? I'm kind of done, not done, but you know, before the seasons we're just chilling with the arenas. Now that we have the seasons, off-seasons are a lot less interesting, let's put it that way. Okay. Rotos didn't really do a lot in this battle, but we still got it. You can definitely... I remember when at the start everybody was like hating Predator and saying that he does terrible damage and he sucks. And then like the first stream that I was playing with him, I was like, I feel like he's as good as Rotos. And I thought he was better than Rotos, but I was too scared to say it because the chat was blasting me when I said Predator is as good as Rotos. But he's way better than Rotos actually. It's not even close. Predator is way better than Rotos. And Rotos is not bad champion at all. And my Predator, actually I forgot to even mention it. Yesterday I got 4-star blessing on him. So that's a big boon. He has way more damage now. But my Predator is not even on the final form. There is a mythic relic, mythic gemstone, which I don't have, that gives you 50% more damage on counterattacks, which works with his A1 and passive. That would be a huge damage upgrade. And mine is in Wand, not Lens. Now imagine you can fit that gemstone in Lens. Imagine I get Lens, and I get that gemstone, and I get him in 9-piece Sweeper. He's not gonna do like double the damage, but he's gonna do like 2 or 3 times the damage. It's gonna be way more damage. It's literally gonna be like, if you have the Lens up, like you have a whale, and I do like counter attacks, it's gonna be like 3 times the damage, literally. And he's already good. And this is not even close to how good you can get on Predator, so I don't think, and I don't have even, we can get Ward of the Fallen and make him more tanky too, so Predator is already OP, but he's nowhere near done. He's actually gonna get way better. Not every champion has these kinds of very niche things like the 50% more damage on counter attack gem that you can use, but Predator can stick all of these things together. He gets Lens, and if you take a look at the Lens description, often people get this wrong and misunderstand it. In a certain sense, Cat's case is better. Like overall, you have more potential with Lens. You will get more overall damage, assuming that you're not already capping out Ignore defense. But Cat's case is much more cookie cutter. The upgrades that you get here on Ignore defense, they always apply, but on Lens, common misconception is that it's basically the same thing here as with Cat's case, but better. Instead of 2% you get 3. But this 3% per upgrade, it only applies to the Ignore defense you have when you have Whale up. Not the flat 10% ignore defense that you have always up, but the one with the Whale. Now, Predator of course does Whale to himself at the start of the battle, and he does Whale also every time you use A3, if you don't have a Whale up. And he wants to have the Whale at the start of the battle, and it's only 1 turn and this thing gives 2 turns. So this is like incredible for Predator. Not only that, but you can fit in the this gemstone that I was just talking about. So my Predator, I'm sure I'm gonna get those things eventually. Like, maybe I'm being too optimistic, but I assume that I will eventually get Lens sooner than later. The damage is gonna be way better. It's actually gonna be much better than it is right now. there's not too much upgrading that I can really do on my Rotos. Of course, I can get both of them to +4, and I can do that on Predator too, not just Rotos. But outside of that, my Rotos is kind of on the final form. Predator is not. He's gonna be way better in the future, hopefully. At least he has much more potential than I have unlocked on him so far. I'm using too hard words for me. I would say that Predator is not only top 3 nuker on your account, I would say he's top 3 nuker in the game. I will say that top 4 or top 5 is very competitive. I feel like he has to be for sure in top 5, no matter if you have any kind of perspective. Top 4, I feel like he should be in it, but if you ask me, and this is my opinion, I think the top 5, I would say top 4 you can put in any order. Top 4 for me would be Predator, Nice, Garol and Marius, and then rank 5 would be Solanar. But let's say that any of those could be in any spot in top 5, I think that would be reasonable, but I think it's kind of hard to argue that Predator wouldn't be in top 5. Is this gonna be a Westeel battle? I think I'm gonna pick Nakarada. This could go wrong depending what he picks, but I think this might be. I have the last pick, so maybe we can go Westeel. Yeah, Leadfoot, I did pull primals. I had 30 and I got 2 legendaries. I got Norok and what's it called? Errol and Norok. No mythic, sadly. I was saying on my video I made about it that I rather get no mythics than get a mythic that is a PvE champion, so I'm saving my mythics, I guess, for the guaranteed pull, which I'm not sure what my count is, but I feel like it has to be more than 100, but I don't know exact number. I guess we go Westeel. I don't know how well we're gonna do against the Marius buff strip really, but I kind of want to try it. I mean, I could totally go with Rotos here, but Westeel is gonna do way better against Solanar than Rotos would. We're still gonna get spanked by Odin, so I don't know if we can actually do anything. What are you talking about, Tifa? You don't like Nice or Predator, I guess? Oh, we're talking about Shredder again. Dude, I've been saying that Shredder is pretty good. I'm in the minority. I always like both Shredder and Fatalis. I think I like Fatalis more than Shredder, but I think both are usable. And I'm not saying it just to take the minority opinion on every topic. I feel like I should farm more the common consensus, but I kind of keep swimming against the mainstream pretty often recently. Not on purpose. Okay, so we have the stupid what is it even called? Fatigue debuff on us, sadly, but I guess I'll go for the Solanar anyway. Wait, I resisted it. How's that possible? Well, it happened, I guess. Nah, everybody got block damage. And he still has some double buff stripper. Wait. But does he have buff strip right now? Did he use the Marius Pretty sure he did use it. If he... Wait. If I do A2 now, I probably should do A2. Oh, he doesn't have immunity. I was thinking that if Mario's counterattacks now... Wait, oh yeah. Our counterattack is not gonna proc from his counterattack, but... I can steal all of their buffs from counterattacks as long as I don't get buff stripped. If I just do A1 on my turn, I'm only gonna buff strip and not steal. Can we steal the block damage from Solanar? I wanna yoink it. No, okay. Fuck Odin. People are giving like one of those things that I was talking about. I said that Odin is much better than Hilvi, and take into context that, you know, this was before 9-piece Mercurial was a thing, and people are giving me so much crap for it, but Odin is definitely better than Hilvi. They're both good. Mercurial made them both OP, but Odin is more OP. Odin is like the only support in this game that can one-shot the tankiest champions. It's actually not even a nuker, but it is. I mean, you can say that Nice can do revive, but Odin is like a full support that can one-shot tanky revivers. Anyway, I want to get Odin. Honestly, at this point, give me Odin. Don't even give me Hilvi. Just give me Odin, and I will whip out my Odin in every battle where we meet Hilvis, and then we can debate it in the chat, and I can do some hate farming on videos or something. Give me Odin. At this point, just give me Odin. That would be such a good content if I got him. I mean, I say that, but obviously would I want Hilvi? Yeah. Would I use it? Yeah. Would be better content if I get Odin though. I mean, would be better overall, but obviously it's much more likely that I'm gonna get Hilvi than Odin, so of course I would use it, but it would be kind of ironic and karmic if I actually got Odin and never got Hilvi. Plarium needs to make it happen. It would be good content for both of us. I can farm the haters with Odin and we can get some nice good drama and it would be great. We were talking about drama earlier on the Discord today, but I haven't had any drama recently. I need to do more drama, I guess, to play with the meta. I've been just in my own corner doing arenas, but actually I need to start doing some drama farming. Okay, I think this is gonna be a Galleos battle, but maybe not even Dust to Speak. Let's just go with both Ankora and Galleos. Shredder is good, his Shredder isn't. Fair enough. I think that's an acceptable banter comment. By the way, speaking of banter, I was talking about this on my Discord, and I was kind of surprised, like nobody was really interested of this topic. The people that used to be active in the Discord back in the day, before I quit, they would have been super into it, but I guess the current people are not really political. It kind of popped off now that the trial ended. You guys probably, or at least some of you, heard about the Afroman trial, and that's kind of been like my fun thing this week. Should I go with Double Reviver? I think we go Monody instead of Donatello. So Afroman is like a rapper. He had like a big hit eons ago, and then he's not been as big after that. Like the one big hit is what's it called? Something like Why I Got High, or I was gonna clean my room and then I got high. Something like that. You guys have heard this song in radio a trillion times. So, and we talked about this actually 3 years ago on my Discord when the original thing happened. But basically, somebody like did some drugs, and then they have this thing in not just US but other countries too, that you can snitch on other people and then they will decrease your sentence. That's by the way, in my opinion, a really stupid thing, because let's not even talk about drugs, because we might have different opinions if drugs should be legal or not. I'm a libertarian, so you can take a guess what I think about criminalization of drugs. But if somebody did some crime, and he or she can get smaller sentence by snitching out on other people, obviously there's a good chance that criminals are gonna make shit up in order to, you know, save their own ass. So I don't think that's like a reliable piece of information. It's kind of like the same thing, like if you torture somebody, why are we even doing that? Because you can't take anything seriously that somebody that is being tortured says. They will say anything to stop the torture, obviously. It's not a reliable piece of information, but somebody got caught with some drugs or something, and then she made up like something that this rapper has like kidnapped people in his basement and he's like selling drugs and something like this, and it's just some old boomer rapper that talks about weed and, you know, chills out, like completely harmless guy. Then the police like raided his house instantly without doing any kind of investigation, and they, you know, they messed up his stuff. Like they destroyed his house when they were searching it, and he got mad about it. He made like multiple music videos memeing on the cops, and they were honestly kind of friendly and harmless. Like the two big songs that he made was Will You Help Me Repair My Door? Because they destroyed his door, and the other one was Lemon Pound Cake, because some fat police officer was like looking a lot at his cake in the kitchen on his video cameras. But anyway, so they destroyed his house and did a lot of damage, and then they were like jerks to him, and then he kind of did his revenge, and then he did multiple music videos about them, and he used the footage that was captured in his music videos, and then the cops sued him, and this was like 3 years ago. And this week, I think it was like Monday to Wednesday, was the trial, and it was like live streamed every day. I was watching the live stream from the start every day. It was like 3 or 4 hours for 3 days in a row, I think. The trial was like hilarious. There was all kinds of funny things. There's gonna be memes for years to come, but the TLDR version is that he won it, and not only did he win it, but like he made couple harmless songs like 3 years ago, and they sued him, and now he was making like some super toxic songs like literally like in the last week before the trial. Let me show it on YouTube after this. But like he made bunch of really offensive songs before the trial. And like one of them was something like the name of the song is Randy Walters is son of a bitch. That was one of the police officers. And then he said something like, I fucked his wife or something like that in the video. And it was like, he said it a million times during the video. And then in the trial, because, you know, it's lawyers and they need to like establish the truth, and, you know, was there like some harm caused by his potential lies about them, then they have to ask the police officers that, is it true that what's his name, Randy fucked your wife? And then the police officer says like, I don't know, maybe. He doesn't know if he did or not. The trial was like super hilarious. That's been like my highlight of the week. When I haven't been playing Raid or making videos about it, I've been just following the Afroman stuff. All the memes and the actual trial was hilarious. I recommend you guys to look it up. Maybe some people don't like this stuff, but this was hilarious. I totally recommend it. Okay, so here is his channel. The trial was like this week, And all of the last like 6 songs, they're all about the police officers. All 6 of these. And a couple of them are really nasty, like the Randy Walters is son of a bitch and Lick 'em Low Lisa. He's talking about specific police officers and what they did. Actually, this is worse. These 2 are worse. Ryan Newland is a flag. You can guess what he means by flag because I'm pretty sure he called him a flag so that YouTube doesn't demonetize him. But yeah, this is some hilarious stuff. Go watch these later on. And he's kind of dunking on it because they watched these videos, these music videos on the trial, and I think he knew that because they had like already some stuff before, and they had watched their videos in some court proceedings. And instead of making normal music videos, he made like 20-minute videos, and in the middle of these videos, he talks about like what they did to him. It's like a normal music video with like song, but then it takes like a long break, and he's just ranting what they did to him and how he hates them, and then they play all of these songs in the court. It was so hilarious. Like these people have to watch the videos where this guy is dissing them. That was peak content. Maybe too offensive for some people. As somebody that, you know, identifies as a libertarian, I think this is the best kind of revenge. Like he wasn't doing a fist fight with them, but he was just royally venting at these people that he didn't like. So shout out to Afroman. Not that he needs it. He got so much publicity because of this trial that he said. But that's fun stuff. Go look at it later if you didn't hear about it before. Anyway, back to Raid. What do you guys think about the Afroman if you heard about this before? I was talking about it with my parents because, you know, I find this stuff entertaining and I had to tell them about it in phone. They are not super into it. My parents are kind of old school, and like for instance, my mom thinks that if somebody, and I don't agree with this to be clear, she thinks that if somebody says something mean, especially if it's to women, then it's kind of like duty of their husband to beat the people up that but said something mean. So for instance, if anybody remembers what happened with Will Smith when somebody made fun of his wife's hair and then he went and, you know, started beating on the guy, my mom supports it. I think it's insane. So yeah, so some people might think that this guy went way too far with the songs and he deserves a beating or something like that, but I definitely don't agree with that. Is this gonna be a Nakarada battle? What is she even called? Annie? What's her name? I haven't seen her in a while. Not Annie, is it Annie? I have tried 9-piece Nakarada. First of all, I don't think Nakarada is super meta. So I don't think it's the best pick overall, but he gets one shot if you're in 9-piece protection. I don't really like it. I have tried it multiple times since I came back. I actually want to do him in 9-piece Mercurial. I know that he loses stacks when the allies that he's protecting are hit, but I think it's still gonna be worth it because he's not gonna get bombed or CC'd at the start and you can build him faster and so on. But I don't really... if Nakarada gets one shot, he's not really that useful. It's not just the people that he's protecting, but he himself needs to be tanky as well. Oh wait, she has the passive. I never see this in action actually, let's see. When she gets revived, she's gonna counter attack. Okay, that didn't really hurt a lot. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that interaction in battle. Maybe, but I literally don't even remember. Okay, fuck me. Okay, he didn't do like anything, but holy moly. The what's the name? Not Eos. That guy is just dominating me. Why can't I remember his name? Not Eos, but almost Eos. Ezio. Ezio destroyed me. And I thought that Nakarada would save me from it, clearly not. I mean, my armament is like 423 right now, so I do have some champions. Yeah, you probably haven't heard about him, but if you hear that one big hit song that he has, I'm sure you have heard that one before, but he hasn't been like a massive celebrity after that one song that was like 20 years ago or something like that, but that song is probably one of the most played songs in the modern history. I would bet it has to be in like top 100 most played songs in radio or something along those lines at least. But yeah, you don't have to watch the entire trial to get the entertainment about that. Just look it up, you will find so many hilarious clips about it. And the actual music videos are so funny, especially when you learn the context, that he's talking about like actual police officers that he dislikes. Like, we have seen some diss tracks, like bringing back to the thing that I was talking about before, like how you deal with if you dislike somebody, like between like, you know, freedom of speech or actual violence. Like, you know, when some rappers have like big beef, they talk about guns and shooting each other's up and doing this kind of thing. This guy is just, you know, he's being as nasty as you can, but he's not alleging any kind of physical violence. He's just talking about fucking their wives and this kind of thing. So I feel like that's the way to go. He wasn't doing any kind of actual physical threats, but he was being as mean as he could. In a fun way. Not, it was mean, it could definitely have been meaner, but he was pretty mean. I don't know if the Hilvi ban made sense here. Maybe I should have gone for the Marius actually. Anyway. Yeah, I definitely could have afro. I mean, not like a naturally occurring one, but if you just put your hair, I don't know what you call it in English, but it's certain types of like locks, and then I open them, I will have afro. I've definitely had it before. It's not too hard to do actually. I've told this story before, but there is this one Finnish movie, old movie. I don't want to say what movie, but maybe, yeah, I don't think you guys are gonna find it that easily. There's this one Finnish movie that is not too recent, when I was a child, granted, and this is a while ago, so the political environment was a different thing back then. But there's one old Finnish movie where I'm a black person with with afro. So if you didn't know about that, then you know. I posted picture about it before in Discord couple times, but I probably shouldn't do it all the times because somebody that doesn't like me might might abuse it. Somebody would get mad these days, but this movie is like closer to 20 years ago. I was a child. I don't know what's the word, but there's like, you know, you can do like dreadlocks, but you can do like mini dreadlocks that are not actually permanent and you just hold them with ties. If I do those, when I open them, I will have afro, and it will be like a proper like super puffy afro, like it will go like really high. I've had that a few times before. I don't really do my hair at all, honestly, but when I was younger, other people like to do my hair a lot, and I've had all kinds of weird things. It used to be a thing that when we were like teenagers, whenever there was like some kind of party or maybe like in summer camps and these kind of things, all the girls always wanted to do my hair. It was like some weird thing that children, when they saw a guy with long hair, they always wanted to play with it. I've always had long hair, if you haven't heard it before. I feel like we need to bring long hair back. I don't know why people don't appreciate it anymore. You don't have to pay barbers, first of all. I mean, I guess some people do that, but I don't really do it, very rarely. But, I mean, what's wrong with long hair? You don't have to put any effort into your hair, and it's, you know, I feel it's good. I don't know why other men don't like long hair. Especially if you're into like fantasy games. I feel like it's the fantasy aesthetic. If you're building your own character, I don't want like a mohawk or like short hair or anything like that. No offense, like, you know, people can do what they're into. But if I create like a character in game for me in real life, it will definitely have long hair. Maybe I would have like more muscles and more tattoos or something cool like that, but I would definitely have long hair as well. It can be a bit impractical, I'll give you that. Especially if you do sports or a lot of physical activity, or you live in a very warm country. That's probably the biggest downsides of it, but then again, on the winter, it can be a useful thing as well. Okay, let's play with Galleos. We have already committed to Galleos, and I'm too afraid of the Mercurial set on the Hilvi. Okay, I think I just go Duchess and ban the Fabian. I want to do Predator cosplay. You know that I've talked about it a few times. It's just kind of hard to do in practice, you know. like I said, I don't really do my hair, so I wouldn't know how to do that stuff. I know you can just get a wig, but since I have long hair, I might as well do it for my actual hair. It will take a lot of time and effort to do it. Maybe one day when when somebody's here hanging out, maybe I'll get some relative to do it for me or something like that. I need to just buy Predator masks. I was looking at those couple times, but I didn't buy any. It would be kind of annoying to have like some full face mask for a stream, but maybe I can find one that wouldn't be like too sweaty. Yeah, I think doing the hair and painting face would be much cooler than the mask, even though the mask can look very good, but it's gonna be very impractical and annoying to do a stream in one of those. What do you mean fake account, Grim Reaper? By the way, you wanted to do a battle, right? I forgot about it for a bit, my bad. You wanna go for the battle? I'm not gonna shave my head. I mean, I don't dislike the shaved head aesthetic either. I think that's fair enough. Maybe that's gonna happen to me one day. Maybe not, I don't know. But you know, I'm not gonna do it now. Okay, fuck me. I still have hair. Both Emrys and Arnon passives were just too good there. Arnon did a lot of damage. I think that must have been pretty good build on that Arnon. I guess it was in Crackling Roots, but I don't think that was really the thing. I think it just had a really good build. Wait, am I... Okay, not a lost streak. Well, I mean lost streak, but not... Well, that's not even a lost streak. I was thinking, do I already have 2 losses in a row, but... We got the win in between. Okay, how do I find your name? Does it just come up with these? No. That's not you. No. Okay, what do I need to type? I don't think it's the level 20 account either. Can I just find it on the leaderboards? You're in this one or no? Wait, is that the mod? Is that Gremlin Boy? Does anyone know this? Fuck. I can't find it with this either. This is what... Wait, is it just a space? No. I literally copy-pasted what you put. Okay, it was the wrong... whatever you call this symbol. This is you, right? Or no? Yeah, this has to be you. Okay. Did you get me? Wait, are you talking about me getting different clan or Boo? We were talking about it earlier on the stream, but yeah, I did join the Ukrainian Lions clan. Just today, like literally like 10 hours ago or whatever. Okay, I guess we're gonna play by the normal rules, I assume. Yusi, do you know in which clan is Gremlin Boy? Is he also in GNL? I guess he's in GNL. All of the mods are in GNL. We need to do corruption investigation because GNL has too many mods. There's some PC business with that. I guess I go Embers in this battle. Yeah, Gremlin Boy is one of the good moderators, let's say, in my opinion. But like, I feel like most of them are in Gods and Legends. Even quite many old mods that have quit the game were also in Gods and Legends when they were playing it. I don't know who to ban here. I think either Predator or Hilvi. We could ban Carol too, but I feel like I just killed the Carol. Actually, let's ban the Carol. Fuck it. If he bans Rotos, okay, he didn't. If he bans Rotos, then Carol ban would have been the play, but Grim Reaper actually went for Donatello ban, and I didn't ban the Fabian. Okay, good luck, let's go. I think everybody got locked out. Guts resisted something, but I don't think it was the lockout. Oh yeah, you had Stone Skin Hilvi and not Mercurial. That's very good for me, actually. Okay, Ember survived too, that's pretty good. I think I should just A1 Predator. Can we get an extra turn? Ah, fuck. I was hoping that he would dodge or I would get the extra turn from the A1 and then I could do A2, but no. If we got double turn there, it would have been nice. Oh, nice. Embers actually. Embers barely survived. Okay, wait, hold on, wait a minute. I could switch health with Siphi and do AoE nuke, or I could gamble. Predator only has one kill. I don't know which one I should do. I think I just don't gamble. I could switch health with Predator and then block revive it, but he would have 2 times 20% chance to dodge, and that would not be good if he dodged one of them. Maybe this is more safer choice. Okay, we're good. Yeah, it's such a massive difference. Again, people kind of gave me a lot of crap for the Hilvi issue, and I feel like my original analysis on Hilvi was good. It was just that, you know, in practice things turn out to be better. Without Mercurial, Hilvi is like completely different animal than without it. With Stone Skin, Hilvi is quite inconsistent champion with high potential but high risks. But there's like no risk if you have it in Mercurial, and then it's just OP. Do you want to do best of 3? How many accessories do you miss on Hilvi? I assume that you don't have accessories, because otherwise you would do Mercurial. I'm not really running too much Mercurial yet myself either. I only have Ankora in it. Yeah, I used to be the Sheep Lord, but Mercurial kind of made that strategy almost unviable. I wouldn't use Polymorph if I had better options, but even though we have Mercurial, it's still what I'm using. Okay, I guess you don't want to do rematch? I don't have any resistance on my Ankora. I just have her in relatively fast Mercurial build. Not that fast, but like I think she's like 320 or something like that. It's pretty hard to do resistance build in the first place if you're running 9-piece Mercurial. I don't think hardly anyone has the gear to do it right now. Not really even anytime soon. It's kind of almost impossible to do. I think if you build Ankora in Stone Skin 6-piece, then resistance is a lot more relevant. If you actually want to resist lockouts, and by lockouts I mean Fabian, because you can't even resist Grixia with the ignore defense, but maybe like 1000, then you would quite often resist, but not even always with that. But even if you're not running Ankora with resistance, she is Magic Affinity champion, and the two main lockouts, by main I mean like the other ones get almost no use, and only reason why you would use like not Grixia or Fabian is if you didn't have those two, but the two actual lockouts that people use can both weak hit on Ankora, so even without resistance she will in essence resist quite often, at least a lockout. Okay, I think this is gonna be maybe like Harima battle. I think we go Harima and Galleus. Again, Rotos would really struggle with Whales and Stone Skin from Theodosia. Otherwise I would totally run Rotos against this. It is really good matchup against everything in his team except Theodosia. But if we're not able to ban the Theodosia, and he bans my other nuker and I only have Rotos, then we're totally fucked. It's 0% chance to win in that matchup. For now I don't really have plans to use Noldor. From what I've seen... Okay, Odin. What do I want to do? I think I go for the lockout ban actually. I don't think Noldor really gets a lot use. Basically never gets used in live arena. I think it gets used a little bit in classic arena offense. Hardly not even in defense. I have seen it in defense last reset on few teams, but I think pretty much the only time people use Noldor is in Platinum Arena offense when you use Solinar and you're fighting Bayek teams and you can crit against them with the passive, I guess. Not that I've gotten to play with, but that's what other people have been running. Outside of that, I don't think Noldor really makes the cut. They kind of put all of the good stuff on Solinar. You can run Solinar without Noldor or with Noldor, but I don't think it's really that worth to run Noldor without Solinar, and even with Solinar you don't have to. And I've been getting a lot of use out of my Angora recently, so I don't really feel like I need Noldor right now. Maybe something changes at some point. Man, some bot is trying to promote bots on Twitch to me. I don't know why there's so many bots. Like, you know, I get like no views on Twitch, obviously, since I didn't used to stream there at all. Every time I stream, I get spammed by offers to buy views on Twitch. Why doesn't Twitch do anything against that? Surely they can have AI automatically ban every bot that is trying to promote anything, to be honest, but especially like botting on Twitch. Considering that multiple different music labels that are able to automatically copyright every single video that I make, like frivolously, but regardless they're able to do it, I'm sure Twitch can also make sure that bots are not able to advertise illicit activities on Twitch. Oh my god, not enough damage. Are we good? We proc the passive, right? Oh, I didn't. So many block damage. I thought I proc the passive already. Too many block damage pass on that team. See, even on my Angora, she's actually not that tanky, but with 9-piece Mercurial, OP. Super OP. It's literally like champions that you wouldn't otherwise use, but if you're able to... Oh fuck, we're gonna proc the passive of Siegfried soon. Champions that you wouldn't otherwise use, we're not gonna proc it with the Revive on Death though. I wanna steal the defense. Champions that you wouldn't otherwise use might be worth using over other ones, just because you might get the Mercurial. Okay, I don't have the Whale, but it's kind of looking bad. I think I need to gamble and hope that I have enough accuracy. Okay. I need one more Blessing upgrade. I got the 4-star, so with 5-star we would get a good chunk of accuracy. I'm sure I would start landing it raw every now and then when I get there. Wait, it's taking so many turns. Does it have the passive back up again? This is gonna be so annoying. Ah, and fuck me. He reduced the rooster turn meter. Are we gonna lose? I don't know if I can make a comeback. Are your pools good? Wait, I can look it up right after this battle, but pretty good. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna lie. You got a lot of shiny things, maybe not the best pools, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see what the chat thinks. The thing about Nell is that it's a really good champion, but the 9-piece Mercurial kind of hurt it. That's like a very weird pool. I don't know how to put it without making you feel bad, but you got really lucky and unlucky at the same time. You got a lot of champions, but wouldn't be my top choices. But let's see what chat thinks about it. Okay, I lost it anyway. We're just gonna give up. I can't make a comeback. Guys, what do you think about these pulls? I don't wanna shatter your mojo, but ouch. Now Mina, I haven't seen her in any battles, so maybe it's gonna be much more interesting than I'm thinking about. Come on, let me just get it in. Okay, good. In the proper size. Not the most meta pulls. I mean, it could be way worse, but you didn't get like some of the like top meta picks right now. I mean, it's good. You can definitely use them, but you didn't get like Theodosia or Nice or something like that. Yeah, Nell is a super good champion. If you got Nell like a couple months ago before 9-piece Mercurial, it would have been one of the best champions for PvP. It's one of the few champions that would like 1 versus 4 teams. If depending on the builds, if they don't have like immunity or something, but now 9-piece Mercurial is so meta. Obviously you can put her into that as well, but her old poison one-shotting doesn't really work anymore. I saw some people arguing in my Discord about building Nell so that you actually use the second form, which previously people never used the second form on her at all. They only built Nell for the first form. People had kind of varying opinions about if the second form is worth using. I will say that if they make some kind of future sets or relics or something like that, which will ignore 9-piece Mercurial, it's highly likely that Nell is gonna be like super meta, because if she could just ignore it, she would be a great champion to use in the current meta, especially if you can't put that relic or set on every champion on your team, but you could maybe build one champion to ignore it. Nell would be a perfect champion to put something like that on, because you don't build her how you usually would build nukers. Had to get more energy drinks. I'm running out of energy. This is another color, another taste. I need to get a Nokko sponsorship. I like their energy drink so much. Anyway, moving on. Now, Pallas, Islin, if you don't have these, they can be good for PvE, but there's nothing endgame PvP right now. I will say that there's a high possibility I would guess that Nell is gonna make a comeback, because Mercurial is so OP that it's, you know, 100% chance that Plarium is gonna implement ways to counter it. Probably multiple ways. Now, it could be some champion mechanics, or it could be something like a relic or item set, or it could be multiple of those things. If it's a relic or item set, I can almost guarantee you that Nail is gonna make comeback when that happens, but for now I don't have any leaks to tell you about it, or I don't have some kind of hidden information that other people don't about the set that is gonna ignore Mercurial. But I think it's highly probable that something like that will happen. What are you talking about, Wu Chuan? Shut what? Wait, I wasn't talking about money. What are you guys referring to? Yeah, Islin and Pallas are both, I think, pretty decent for faction wars and PvE, so they might be useful depending how good your account is. But Hopo and Wuchan, what are you talking about? I'm completely... I don't know what you're referring to. Let's not even go with judges, I'll just go with double cleanse. Well, everything is kind of feels weak against Mercurial, but she's definitely one of the top users of Mercurial. Obviously, it's not like she's the only good champion. Somebody like Theodosia or Galatir or Odin are definitely better, but you can use them together, and especially if you don't have the other ones. Ilvi is very good right now. Or even if you have them, but you don't happen to have 9-piece Mercurial, maybe on some of the other ones, but you have it on Hilvi, that might make her a lot more stronger in practice. Yeah, everything sucks against Mercurial. That's how we feel. Now Hilvi does, you know, he doesn't get CC'd when he's using it, and she can also do double hit on A1, it's not AoE, but she can little bit try to mitigate with the enemy Mercurial as well, and since you're building her in Mercurial anyway, it's gonna be a fast build, so you will have more chance to get rid of the enemy stacks. I mean, I wasn't... okay, calm down, I wasn't shitting on his pull. I was trying to be, you know, realistic about it. If anything, I was trying to be more positive than negative. Because I didn't, you know, I wanted to look at the upsides, but that is kind of like, you know, no, not to turn it back to negative, but if I got that pull, I would be kind of sad. Because it's almost like crazy insane pull, but the champions just happened to be Miss, and Nail was like top tier, god tier champion just recently. But like I said, I think there's very high chance that Nil specifically is gonna make a comeback. So if that happens, then it's gonna be a great pull. But you're not getting to really pull primal shards too often. We don't get a lot of them, so you really want to get good RNG with those. You don't really want to see legendary champions on your primal shards. That's not really the main deal about them, because if you pull something like Theodosia or Nice, it's gonna completely change your account. So, you know, it could have been Galatir and Nice, for example. Obviously, getting 2 Legos and 2 Mythics is very good RNG in a pool, but the Mythic champions were a little bit miss. Somebody needs to be negative. All of the, you know, I don't wanna name any specific content creators, but let's just say all of the content creators are like super hype and they're hyping everything up. Somebody needs to take one for the team and be the negative guy that everybody complains when he's shitting on Hilvi or something like that. We get some like champion boss to some crappy champion, and they come from terrible to slightly less terrible, and people have their mouths open and they get super hype about them, but they actually still are completely irrelevant champions. So somebody needs to take the opposite stance and be super negative. Maybe that's the Finnish temperament. I want to be realistic. I don't want to be too hype about things. Of course, we can disagree about things and people can get things wrong, including me, but you know, I'm not really trying to be controversial about my champion takes. I have kind of this personality that I don't like confrontation. I don't like to, like, you know, start fights with people, but I'm also not adverse to it. So I wouldn't be like aggressive to people in real life. I'm never like that. I'm very chill. But if somebody is super aggressive and they're confronting me about stuff and like trying to make me behave or say things that they want to hear, I have kind of like a switch that clicks on me that, you know, I'm not gonna fall under pressure, and even if they're gonna get mad, I'm not gonna like cater my verbits or my my behavior to like suit their tastes or anger. I almost get a little bit like the opposite effect that I definitely don't want to like suck up to people. Let's put it that way. Not just in raid, but in general, in real life. Okay, let's see about this. Okay, Yusi, what do you think about you saw what I said about Nail? Do you agree or disagree that there's a good likelihood that we will get some relic or item set that might make Nail viable again? I think that's very, very plausible. What do you guys think about it? Like, the thing about confrontation, you know, people get like physical and they get like super angry. I don't get angry when people disagree with me, but I also don't like I don't really fold under pressure. I double down if anything. So I often like provoke people, even though I'm not being like, you know, I'm not provoked and I'm not trying to provoke them, but sometimes people get like super mad if you don't agree with them on something. I'm not talking even about like raid or champion meta, but like in real life, if somebody feels really strongly about something, sometimes people are so blinded that, you know, you need to kind of agree with them or there's gonna be confrontation, and I'm never able to really I don't want to lie, so Toshiro is really good damage in, like, when I read Toshiro's kit, it doesn't really sound that crazy. And then he does like many times more damage than my other champions in PvE, even Marius. Doesn't, like, to me when I read his kit, it doesn't seem that crazy, but now that I played with him a little bit, the second form is like complete ass. I don't know how, because it doesn't really look any different than the first form, but the multipliers are just different. It's not even worth running the second form at all, I guess, in anything. But the first form is so good that Toshiro is like incredible PvE champion. So I don't know if he really needs buffs, but who knows, maybe they will do it anyway. Brehm has kind of this stance on, I think we go Duchess on this battle. They have kind of this stance on mythics that if a mythic champion is not like really good, they will buff it. Though some of the champions that were buffed are still not relevant even after the buff, but they basically buff every mythic champion once that isn't OP. That's kind of been the Plarium way at this point. So in that sense, if we want to think about this a little bit more positively, the undead mythic you pulled, I forgot her name. Maybe, I mean, almost certainly she's gonna get buffed, I would guess. So maybe there's a chance that she will actually be relevant at some point. It's better to get a really crappy mythic champion than get a mediocre one or one that's already been buffed. There's always, you know, you can think about things from different angles and maybe you can rationalize them a bit, but I think that's actually like, that's not just rationalizing it for like, to feel good about it, but that's literally what they have been doing. Yusi, am I fighting like somebody that you know? Why did you say that? What's up, Most Rated? Okay, that's... He started out like kind of weakish, not really weak, but the last 3 picks are much scarier than the first 2. I think we go Theodosia ban, obviously, since I went with Rotos here, and he can kind of deal with the other stuff, but not Theodosia. Am I fighting somebody in the chat? Why is everybody so invested on this battle? What am I missing? Oh, I'm fighting Potato. Okay. Yeah, I kind of got that kind of vibes. I should hit Niam here, right, and not Fabian. Oh, I actually pronounced it correctly. Fuck, that's in Twitch chat. The YouTube chat is not gonna believe it, because, dude, I get so much crap for pronouncing things wrongly, and people keep typing in every video that Carol is a she, and why are you calling her a he? Even though I explained it like a trillion times that in my language we don't have those separations, and I know Carol is a she even before anybody told me that, but people have told me that Carol is a female like 1500 times, and I'm just wired to keep calling anything a he regardless of their gender or non-gender, and I'm gonna keep calling Carol by mistake he, even if people keep telling me that it's a she, so it's gonna happen. And when I say something like whale or whatever was the third one, I will get like I will get a trillion messages in YouTube comments how you are supposed to pronounce them in real life, but it's obviously I'm not English speaking, so it is what it is. I always have the challenge that all of the English people that are shitting on my verbiage, go learn Finnish and then we can talk about this. If you listen to the average Finnish person, Finnish people kind of struggle pronouncing English words very hard, so if you think I pronounce it bad, just listen to the average Finnish person. You will not even understand what words they use, even when they're speaking English, so... No. Okay, I say legends. That's how you would say it in Finnish, but I guess... But I don't even know how you say it in English. Legends? I don't know. I don't know how you can say it differently. In Finnish, it's a... If somebody is like a legend, you say legenda. So, legends, legenda. I don't know how to say it some other way. Yeah, we need to play some Ismo clips in the chat. That's a good point. Then you can see the reality. My Duchess doesn't have any resistance if you're talking about my Duchess. Cheshire cat. There you go. Cheshire cat. That's a little bit too hard. That's one of the harder... That's probably the hardest champion name in Raid for me to say. I don't think there's anything remotely as hard. Okay, so I can type it. This is how you Americans would consider how we say it. But you say J, we say... Like, for example, a typical Finnish name would be Jorma. So you just say J, Jorma. Not J. J sounds like not one letter, but it sounds like an entire, like multiple letters together. It sounds like a name, J. Like this is how Americans pronounce Yi. You say like 3 different letters. We say one letter, Yi. You say Yi, A, U, J. It's 3 letters in one letter. Americans. Well, I guess we can't. We need to blame the good old England for that, I guess. It's not even America's fault. Okay, what am I gonna do against Mesomel? I guess we're not gonna ban it in this battle. Duchess or Angora? I think we go Duchess, but depends if he goes speed team or not. Yeah, Armand is not meta at all. If I had Fabian, I would use Armand every like 1 in 50 battles or something, but it is what it is. I have to do what? What are you talking about, Grim Reaper? Oh yeah, you're literally talking about the Armands, yeah. Of course I would use Fabian if I had it. I'm not trying to be that edgy. I just quit the game and I was I shot myself in the foot. It is what it is. I still don't have a goddamn lockout. I've been complaining about not having lockout for like the last 6 years. Even Warlord was meta for many years, and every day I would log into the game and complain about Warlord being OP in my Discord, or like in the clan Discord, or whatever Discords I was chatting back then. Now Warlord has hardly seen any usage for, you know, centuries at this point, but I still don't even have a Warlord. I have a Basher and Alika, and that's about it. It's a really weird team. I don't know how to feel about this. I guess they're all in 4-piece stone skin. Should I go West Steel just for that? I don't know who is gonna be faster. My West Steel or his Mesomel. I think he's gonna pick some kind of speed booster or at least a reviver as the last one, surely. What about Mario's Big Bad Russian? I feel like I can say that word pretty well if you are referring to it. Mario's is not too hard for me to say. Okay, we just... Actually, we can't ban the nail, fuck. Should be fine, it doesn't even have blessing. Thank you, Boblo. I feel like my comeback was not making a lot of progress at the start, but this year I'm making a lot of progress, and it's also like I'm getting a lot of motivation because I kind of see light at the end of tunnel that maybe I can actually do PvP again. I feel like if I, you know, again it's like one specific champion, but if I got Galatir or Theodosia today with my shard pulls, I would be done. I think my account would be, you know, good enough to compete at this point, but there just isn't too many mythic revivers, and you kind of really want to get one of them. Really both of them, to be honest, but at least one of them, so that's a bit tricky. So I use mostly like go second teams, and I don't really use Marios because usually my enemies are way faster and they pick it. This was like a very weird team. I don't know what happened. Is this guy like... He doesn't even have stone skin on Mesomel. I thought everybody was gonna be in 4-piece stone skin except the Nail. Either this guy is missing some gear on somebody, or he's just maybe too low level account and he got unlucky matchup. I don't know what happened here, but he's not having stone skin or anything on Mesomel is kind of weird. Yeah, I have the same background, except it's like it's behind my camera. But the same background is behind my camera. I was thinking maybe I should like take a good picture of it and have it as like, obviously I have a green screen right now behind me. The thing that you're talking about is literally the opposite side. I could just take a picture about it and use it as a background in some videos. It does have some cool family heirlooms there. Some of them are too big, but I can go grab something. I think a couple streams ago I picked out I picked out the World War II sword and I was kind of showing it off a little bit. Be right back. Okay, here's one of the items from the wall that you were talking about. This is like an actual sword from World War II. That was my great-grandfather's. I have a bunch of these kind of... Can't really show it properly here. I have a bunch of these old trinkets on the wall, but it's kind of old farm tools and these kind of harmless things. This is maybe the most scary one of them, but it's more like ornamental than actual sword. But it's a really old one. Anyway, let's go to the battles. But yeah, lots of people like the wall, and right now my PC setup is kind of facing the other way around. Maybe I should change it the other way, and I could sometimes play without green screen. I need to think about it. The issue is that there's like storage room on the other side behind the wall that everybody used to like, and if I put my setup facing that way, then the green screen would be kind of in the way of the door, and it would be a little bit weird spot, but I probably could do it. Because back in the day I didn't have like a green screen or anything like that. I just started making videos, so I just used you know, most ornamental and interesting looking background that I could come up with. But yeah, I'll probably take a picture of it and I can just use it as a background that way. There's a little bit stuff on the way, so it's not as pretty sight right now. Is this gonna be a West-Hill battle? Maybe I go Angora and West-Hill. Okay, if you wanna get on that topic, not that it has anything to do with me, but you know, obviously hobo, Shinita hobo is not meant to be the most flattering thing. But what's wrong with hobos? Let's put it that way. Why are we even dissing hobos? What do you say to that? You could use something else as insult. Let's leave the hobos alone. They are like, you know, fantasy RPG NPCs. They're like, you know, Oblivion side characters that are like, you know, they tell their own stories, maybe not unlike me, while they're drunk or high on skooma or something like that. But, you know, who hates hobos? Maybe it's different from country to country, but, you know, hobos are like very essential background characters. Okay, that's not the best buff I wanted it to get. Obviously when I do A2 and he gets debuffed, he gets a buff, but out of all of the things it had to be block damage. Well, it could have been unkillable. I guess that would have been worse, so we'll take it. Oh fuck, I misclicked. I misclicked. I could have done it on I accidentally pressed like 2 key on my mouse. I was gonna do it on Solanar, but I accidentally used it on against the wrong enemy. Fuck. I could have just killed Solanar with that and then did AoE nuke, and we would still have Solanar passive, but the fight was pretty much over. Okay, let's see. I feel like I'm still in a good spot, but let's see what he can do. Hobophobic. That's not a word I've seen before, but I kind of like it. Hobophobic. Fuck, if I revive it now, I don't think that's gonna play well against the Empress. I don't know if I can get another turn with West still. It's kind of looking bad. I really shouldn't have misclicked at A2, but now there's not a lot to do to correct that. Okay, we got rid of some boss, but is he actually gonna go before my West still though? Okay, I think we're good. I think wait, come on, please let me go first. I think I undid the mistake. Okay, thank God we went first. Wait. No, it's over. Okay, it's not over. Damn, I get like... I went through all of the emotions in like 2 seconds there. I thought I won the battle, then I'm like, fuck. I have no whale. He's gonna get block revive, but... Okay, thank God. Armats, no weak hit, please. Okay. Safe. Not even close. Okay, let's not say that yet. Solanar is still gonna go to his final form. Wait, can I just do double turn here and cut in before Solanar? Is that how it works? Yeah, surely. Okay. Oh fuck. Well, I died to that, but I think we're good. If he's the only man standing, surely this Solanar is not gonna solo me. Okay, calm down, Sneedelwoods. First of all, even a couple months ago I didn't, but I've been losing weight. I don't know if you might have missed the stream, but I have been on kind of crazy diet. People should give me more respect, to be honest. I've been on like again, I wasn't even that fat. I didn't have like saggy boobs or hardly any boobs or anything like that, but I wanted to be fit, and I've been dieting this year. I've lost like 7 kilos in like little bit more than 2 months. Let's say this year I've lost 7 kilos. I've been eating 500 to 1000 calories a day, so give me a break. I've been dieting like a bodybuilder for a competition, so don't call me fat. I'm trying to improve. I was kind of like nobody realized that I'm fat. I look very skinny, but I had a little bit belly, and none of my family members even realized that I was getting fat. You can't really see it in real life, but I was getting a little bit too fat. I'm not gonna mince words about that. Come on, Solanar, give me a break. Stop it. What's the meme about the black guy telling you to stop? Stop it. Just let me win. I think we're gonna lose. God damn it. Yeah, I used to be like ultra giga fit for most of my life. Then in the last 5 years I was kind of enjoying cookies and cake a little bit too much. But at least I'm, I'm trying to improve myself. I mean, not that it's like good to like bully people, but I'm not even like opposed to fat shaming per se. And not that I was really like that fat. Like I wasn't like obese or anything like that, but I had a little bit belly. I still have a little bit belly, but I'm trying to improve, so give me a break. You don't crush the spirit of the fatso that is actually putting the cookies down and going on a treadmill. I mean, you do that if you're like a nihilist that wants to see the world burn, but if you're like, if a fatso is putting the cookie down, then, you could leave it at that. It's pretty annoying to lose weight, I'm not gonna lie. I have not had to like go through this before, and I'm kind of hangry and tired all the time. Again, I've been eating 500 to 1000 calories a day for 2+ months. I don't know if everybody realizes, that's kind of hardcore. Anyway, there was this one Cypriot EU Parliament member called Phidias, and Phidias did a YouTube video where he went a month without eating any food at all, and it kind of inspired me that if that guy can go a month without eating and he wasn't fat at all. He was super fit. If he can do that, surely I can go like several months eating a little bit and just, you know, getting rid of my belly. But again, I'm kind of stealth fat. Well, now I've gotten a lot better, but you know, people thought I was skinny even when I was fat. Let's put it that way. If I have a shirt on, if you see like my face and hands, I look very, very healthy in real life. Maybe the, you know, camera is not the highest quality, so you might not get the same impression that you get in real life. But even my family members were to me like, okay, you know, family members, but even my family members were telling me that you need to eat more and this kind of stuff. And I was like, bro, I'm actually fat. If anything, I'm actually fat. But you can't really see it unless I have like a tight-fitting t-shirt on. I basically, you know, only part where I'm fatty is like the bottom stomach. Outside of that, I don't. I look skinny. Anyway, was that enough of fat complaining for one video? Drock was also talking about it, that he had some health problems and had to go hospital, and he's also losing weight and this kind of stuff. So, you know, we get old and we run into problems that we haven't experienced before. But I'm kind of, you know, I've been lifting weights, not just dieting, but my goal right now is that I just want to get, you know, first ripped and just go really low body fat by just doing a little bit extreme dieting until summer. Then I'm lifting right now, but then I'm gonna stop dieting and I'm gonna do more intensive lifting than I am right now, or I'm gonna like, you know, gradually amp it up. I want to get like actual abs, so my goal is more ambitious than just getting skinny. I actually want to get a little bit muscular as well. I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. I don't think that kind of aesthetic would suit me at all. But I do want to get a little bit show muscles. Not too much, just a little bit. My little brother has pretty good physique. He's very, very tall and skinny, and he's been lifting weights for many years. He's not like super hardcore about it, but he has kind of the kind of thing I'm going for. Maybe I want to be a little bit more muscular, but something along those lines. I don't want to like, you know, lift 5 days a week and make it like my lifestyle, but I feel like, you know, I want to do it like regularly and be fit. If you get what I mean. I do have other things that I want to do than just bodybuilding for the sake of it, but I should do a little bit of it. I want to go fishing. That's one of my plans for summer, that instead of just lifting weights or just fishing, I could just go rowboat fishing instead of using like a motor. That's kind of my plan. Okay, Theodos, yeah. I mean, I've had bunch of losses today, but you can definitely tell the difference between the off-season and the actual season, to put it mildly. I almost want to go triple nuker here, but I can't pick Donatello and go triple nuker. I need to do one or the other. Okay, definitely not Duchess. I kind of could have picked Carnage myself if he didn't do it, but sadly he got it. I guess I'll just go Donatello, yeah. I have other music on my videos. I should probably sometimes put the stream music on videos and put the video music on a stream. I need to make like a list, but I'll put my normal video music on the Sunday Blackpool stream. I was supposed to do that couple of times, but I forget to do it every time. Bro, energy drinks are not stopping me from getting fit. First of all, these drinks have like no calories. Second, you wanna know what I eat? This has been basically my food almost every day for 2 months. I eat 500 grams of chicken breast, which is like 550 calories, and then I eat vegetables. That's it. I've been eating pretty much that thing every day for 2+ months, so if anything I want to eat something different, but I've been eating too healthy. I'm getting sick of chicken breast and vegetables, but I've been eating that every day. I've not even eaten like minced meat because it has more calories, so I've eaten like as good as I can in the modern society. I need my energy drinks. That's the one thing I'm not giving up on. I need some sweetness in my life, or I'm gonna go bananas with this diet. Again, okay, this has like a little bit calories. This has like where is it? No, okay, this one doesn't. No, it has. This one drink has 16 calories. So okay, it has like a tiny amount. And guess what it is? it has 3 grams of protein. That's the calories on this drink, so it really isn't that bad. And I've not been drinking sodas. I actually I like sodas. I haven't been drinking them because I have been trying to be good boy and get better. But I need something. Just give me my energy drinks. Leave them alone. Eat sugarless. You know. It doesn't have, what was the word we were talking about earlier? The fizzy bubbles, whatever is the name for it. It doesn't have those, it doesn't have sugar, it has 3 grams of protein, and that's all the calories on the drink, you know. That's as good as it gets, give me a break. Give me a break. If you drink a coffee, that has more calories. Now, I do drink coffee too, but not every day. It's either energy drink or coffee. I'm actually gonna go clinically insane if I can't have my energy drinks. There's some nice healthy tips for you just for that. Okay, we're gonna get cocked by the Ember's passive. Damn, it tastes so good. Fuck Monster by Nokko, it's way better. Way better. Shout out to my Swedish people. Nokko is the best thing that Sweden has come up with. I don't know if I can make a comeback from this pickle. It's looking kind of bad. Angora single target revive is not really what I need right now. Okay, I think we're gonna get the bot battle soon. Where this is going. Is that 2 losses in a row? Right? No, it's not 2 losses, okay. I'm just being too negative, okay. It's only 1 loss in a row. Can you have a loss in row? That's just 1 loss, that's not even in row. Yeah, okay, I mean, I definitely switch it up. You know, people kind of say the reverse thing. People were saying that, can I put more hype music on the streams? And when I started making content, the music that is on stream right now, this was the original music that I was using on my Platinum Push videos, which were my original content. Then I kind of searched around for other music that I liked, that I felt like would fit my content. And that's the music I've been using since, but I kind of put these to mix it up a little bit on streams and different ones, but I could just have both of them on both streams and videos from time to time. Obviously some people are gonna like one and hate the other, or dislike both or like both, but might as well have a little bit more variety. Yeah, sweet potato, I think Nokko is kind of new, not that new, but I think it's like a maybe couple years old brand. I think it's from Swedish, or I think it's both Finnish and Swedish, something like that. But it's definitely Nordic brand. Rotos, or I think this one I want to maybe go Rotos and not Gallows. Rotos and Angora maybe? Yeah, I think we go Angora. Oh, Westeel, interesting. I feel like both Rotos and Predator are kind of doing pretty well against Westeel. I don't know why he picked it in this battle. Well, we're about to find out, I guess. Wait, other content creators use the same music? I guess it makes sense, because these are like really old, no copyright music in YouTube. Some of these, like the Katana, not Katana, what's the name of it? The Wario Immortals, which is one of the songs in this playlist. That's probably my favorite electronic piece of music from all time, or at least top 5, let's say, and all of the other ones are copyrighted, so I wouldn't be able to use them. But yeah, I mean, are they not using, like, I was watching the stream for the what's it called, the Void Crown Live Arena tournament, and they were also using the other music that I use in those streams. So don't you hear both of my music in other people's videos as well? I'm not gonna lie, you know, this topic comes up every now and then. It's probably the same for most raid content creators too, so it's definitely not just me, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't really watch a lot of other content creators. Probably not a big surprise, but before I made content, I used to watch the old arena guards like Mac-chan and fuck. Why do I blank on the name? What's the other part of the Mac-chan? The Chinese guy that was very trolly. Why don't I remember his name right now? Boomer. I used to watch Mac-chan and Boomer and Stu Gaming and BGE and basically all of my old Raid Hero content creators. None of them have played this game for many years. Pretty much like by the time that I started making content, which is a while ago at this point, all of them had quit and I wasn't like watching anybody, so... Sometimes people say that didn't you know that this guy made a video about this or something like that, and yeah, probably I didn't know unless somebody else already told me. Little bit interruptions. Okay, so I've dropped the gold 2 in Tag Team Arena because I just forgot to put my defense up in the last couple of weeks. Now I put it up today, so this week we can climb to gold 3, but this happens pretty frequently for me that it's Sunday and then I forget that I have one-man defense in Tag Team. Happens. Not that big deal. To be fair, but now that I joined Alio and they probably care a lot more about my PvE, I mean CVC score, so I probably should go to gold 4. Yeah, I watch some streams from time to time. I do watch other streams too, not just Genbachi, but probably mostly him because I just like him. But usually when I'm like editing a video or I'm done editing or something like that, or after I'm done like recording a live arena video or something along those lines, I often go check who's streaming and hang out a little bit on streams, but I don't really watch videos too much unless somebody specifically tells me that I need to watch a video. I watch fishing videos and politics and anything but raid. That's literally what I see. Fishing videos, politics, and now that I've been dieting, I've been watching like tons of cooking videos and videos about like eating challenges because I'm just so pent up about the food. I keep watching food videos. That's pretty much it. What else do I watch? Not really a lot of other stuff right now. I listen to music. There's some random random content creators that I like, that I watch regularly, like, what's that guy's name? The one who used to play World of Warcraft, and he makes videos about MMOs. He recently made a video about Ashes of Creation and how he was super disappointed. I saw that one. If anybody knows the channel that I'm talking about, but it's a pretty big one. And like I said earlier today, at the start of the stream, I was watching the Afroman trials on the live and just vibing it out, because I found the concept of that lawsuit super interesting and funny. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had like low thought about the American jury, so I was kind of expecting that he's gonna lose actually, even though it was so absurd. I wasn't thinking that he would actually win on all counts, and it was kind of like a victory lap for all of the internet people out there. There was like hardly anybody that wanted him to lose that court case. Tag team. I mean, faction wars. Fuck. Let's see if we can get it on first try. Oh, I should put some relic on this guy. I don't think there's anything too good, but I should probably put even like a crappy one. Which is the one that reduces damage? Do you guys feel out like some random shitty relics on your random faction wars champions and stuff? I feel like other people do it, but I haven't really done it up till now, but I probably should. I have a bunch of relics, so I totally can do it. There's nothing really interesting. I don't want to give like a too good relic for him. This is gonna work in faction wars, I think. Just give that. He has some health, but I think even the wave mobs have like way bigger health pool. What do you guys think? From time to time I keep getting comments that I need to do more PvE content. I don't know if that's really what the people want to see, but I do get comments about it. Oh yeah, Mountain King is missing here. I really haven't done... I used to do a little bit PvE content. I actually made a couple Hydra videos back in the day, but you know, I don't really do a lot of that kind of account progression or PvE vlogging content that a lot of other people do. I just want to get this done and play PvP. Yeah, I have bad memory with names. I just forget about names all the time and then I remember them mid-sentence. I've always had that thing, to be fair. Not just on my older age, but even as a young person. I always had the thing. I remember like very specific things from like years ago about like what we were eating and names. My brain just doesn't register names, so I forget about them, and then I remember them like couple seconds later, and it keeps reoccurring. Like one champion, right now I can remember his name, but Mishinaki. I always forget his name. Every time I need to gear up my champions for Hydra, I know what the team is, but I keep forgetting what the champion name is, and I can't. I need to go look the faction like calendar or whatever it's called to go check up what was Michinaki's name, because I always forget about it. Oh, can we get it done? It's looking kind of bad. I think we're good. No? Is Narcissus gonna get the block revive? Oh, okay. On Torment, I think we're good. Do I watch chess or Asmongold? What? I mean, I don't really regularly watch chess videos or content, but I have seen it a little bit. My brother is kind of into chess, so sometimes he tells me about chess things or tells me to watch some videos, but sometimes, but not really. Asmongold, sometimes. I mean, we both play games and are interested in MMOs, so definitely his, you know, latest news focus, I kind of disagree with most of his opinions about the foreign policy, and I kind of cringe at them at times, and I'm sure you guys do with my opinions too. I watch a little bit of them, but I feel like at this point for me, Asmongold is kind of rage baiting with the war content, and I kind of skip a lot of it. I did watch video he made recently about which one? About some game. He made video about IGN giving bad review to Crimson Desert. That one I watched. I think it was like literally today or yesterday. IGN, by the way, is such rage baiters. I don't know if you guys know, but it's like you know, a news outlet that covers games, and they're like super political and super woke, and they're just always rage baiting. They gave Crimson Desert like a 6. I think it was 6, and it's probably gonna be like, you know, I don't want to say Game of the Year, because I don't think, is it even out yet, or is it like out today? But it's super hyped, and people that tested it said that it was really good. I'm more interested about MMOs than single player games, so I'm probably not even gonna try, but I know already that it's not gonna be 6. They were just rage baiting with their 6. They give some like really good games like bad reviews, and then they give really bad games good reviews, so it's a little bit rage baiting. I'm bad at catching up with the chat. I feel like I'm catched up with the chat. Why do I use Gonyar? Just because he doesn't get one shot by the Narcissus A2, and I didn't want to like invest resources into building some other champions for this. He doesn't get one shot and he does burn, so he's passable. Obviously, is my Dark Faction Wars team min-maxed? Definitely not, but it does auto, so that's kind of what I was going for. And again, you know, all the best for all of the PvE people out there. You guys keep the game running, and you know, maintain the whale accounts, but as long as I can auto, or you know, auto like a content like Chimera or Hydra, then I'm done. Like, do I need to min-max this after I can already auto 21 on Dars? No, I literally have not done anything since I was able to do this, so probably at some point, you know, if there's some really good Dars that I level up for some other content anyway, then maybe I will upgrade this team. But it already works, so why would I need to upgrade it? I would rather upgrade my arena gear and champions. Doesn't really matter to me if I can do Darth 21 in 6 minutes or 4 minutes or 2 minutes. Doesn't matter. I mean, I like Asmongold, but you know, I do have very different takes on his foreign policy. I know people, you know, some people get mad at my foreign policy too, but you know, I think all the Venezuela stuff and what's happening with the Iran is just crazy. You know, Trump is a very dividing character, and in 2016 I was like neutral on Trump, and now people's opinion about him have changed a little bit, but in 2016, if you were like neutral on Trump, you were basically, you know, worse than Hitler in most people's eyes. I wasn't like a fan, I wasn't a hater, but I liked the things that he said about freedom of speech, like about, you know, maybe pardoning Julian Assange and Edward Snowden. He was talking about that in 2016 a lot, and that US would stop engaging in endless foreign wars and spend the money domestically and help like homeless people and this kind of stuff. I really like that part. Obviously, you know, obviously he's not doing it, so I'm not really super happy about it. I wish Americans would just leave the Middle East alone and everywhere else as well. So Asmongold has pretty opposing opinions in those things. On games, we probably agree on most things. I did not say that, by the way, Big Bad Russian. If I did support him, I would definitely not hide it, but you know, I was totally neutral on him in 2016. There were some good things, some bad things. Now I don't really like what he's doing at all. I don't have, you know, other people were taking issue in like him saying mean words on internet and these kind of things. I never had any issue with those, but I do have issue of like US, you know, US messing with the Arabs and these kind of things. Just leave the other countries alone. That's all I'm asking. I'm not trying to get Finland to invade the US either, so. Okay, these are kind of bad factions. Ogrun I can't do like anything, and Bannerlords is not a lot better. I feel like Asmongold, you know, a little bit got like swept up with, you know, he was agreeing with the right wing on US in many things, and the left was saying a lot of stupid things, and then he kind of picked a side, even though he used to be more like, you know, non-partisan, which is what I would call myself. I don't like or hate either left or right, and both sides hate me, so you know, that's basically been always where I'm at. And I've told this before, but at this point, I'm 32. I voted in quite many elections in my life, and not a single time any candidate that I have ever voted for has won the election where I voted for him. Now, I've been, you know, a little bit strategic sometimes, that if I know somebody's gonna win anyway, and I like him, I'm not gonna vote for him. But it's a little bit blackpilling that, you know, makes me feel a little bit that democracy is not working for me, because wherever I like, you know, my vote doesn't matter in practice anyway, or at least up to this point it has never made any difference. Okay, Staldo still misses gear. This is the issue when you don't have PvE gear on your PvP champions. I don't disagree with you guys that I should get this, but maybe I'm not ready to do it on the factions that I can't auto 21 yet. But I should do it on the factions that I can auto 21. Which, to be fair, even though I can only do 1 out of 3 that we have today, most of the factions I can auto 21. It's not like Not a lot more than 50%, but it's most of the factions. The ones that I can't out of 21 is Ogrun, Orc, High Elf, Sacred Order, Bannerlords, and Shadowkin. Yeah. I think that's less than 50%, barely. But still, I can auto quite many of them. That's maybe very unimpressive to some people and impressive to others. I've been getting messages from both sides that you're super behind in faction wars or you have gotten crazy high in them. I guess it depends a lot on accounts. Well, I think a lot of governments suck balls, but I don't think that's I don't think that justifies bombing them or kidnapping their leaders. You know, controversial take maybe to some people in the chat, but I think the US government sucks balls. So it is what it is. You want me to say something controversial that makes everybody mad at me? US government sucks balls. Ukraine government sucks balls. Russia government sucks balls. Iranian government sucks balls. Israeli government sucks balls. You want me to keep going? That's kind of my take. So it is what it is. Yeah, we can add China to the list for sure. Also sucks balls. Anything else? Also, okay, if you want to get like specific about the nuclear weapons, so Israel has been saying for the last 40 years, like there's hundreds of video clips of Netanyahu saying that Iran is gonna get a nuclear weapon in couple months from 40 plus years ago. So he's been saying that all of his life, first of all. So you know, you can't take it seriously. And second, if you again, we don't have like public definite dates about the timeline when Israel made their nuclear program, and of course they stole the nuclear secrets from US. But from the you know, publicly accepted timeline, it took Israel 10 years to make their nuclear bomb program. And according to, you know, according to Israel, Iran has been trying to make that 40 plus years, and every time they are like very soon to getting it done, but they haven't done it in 40 years, and they have like 10 times bigger population than Israel, and it took Israel 10 or less. Now, would I prefer either one of those two countries having a nuclear weapon? No, but I think it would almost be better if both of them had it than only one. That's probably gonna be the most controversial take I had so far. Here's another controversial take. I've always this is not popular at all in Finland. Nobody agrees with me, but I've always, since very young when I started getting into politics, I've always supported that I want Finland to get a nuclear weapon, because that would be like the ultimate, you know, then everybody's gonna leave us alone. We don't have to join any like alliances or do anything like that. We can just do our own thing and nobody's gonna bother us. I feel like that would be the best thing. We don't have to invest as much in military, and we don't have to join any alliances with anybody, and we could be truly neutral, how people generally consider Finland to be anyway. I've always supported my country getting nuclear weapon, but that's I don't think that's happening anytime soon. Is that enough controversial takes for one stream? I can keep going if you guys push me. I will say that, you know, Finnish people are quite peaceful and prudent. I'm sure everybody thinks that about their own ethnicity, but I think, you know, and I think it's fair to think that, of course, about your own ethnicity. But I think if anybody could be responsible with nuclear weapon, it would be Finland and other Nordic countries. So I would much rather us have it than any other countries in the world. I wouldn't, you know, let's say Sweden had nuclear weapons, I wouldn't really be worried about it, or Norway. If anything, that would probably be good. Okay, I don't think the blessing matters right now. I even forget what champions I'm using in this faction. And since the Nordic countries, like now because of the Ukraine thing, join NATO anyway, we could have just gotten our own nuclear weapons instead of borrowing NATO's and then doing our own thing and not doing what NATO tells us to do. And also to add another controversial opinion to the list, if anybody thinks that because of this war, Iran is deterred of getting nuclear weapon, then I have a bridge to sell you. If anything, now they definitely need to get it. They have not been doing it for the past 40 years, and if people were telling them to get it, or that they are trying to get it, but they should have. That would have been better for their country, at least from their perspective. So, if anything, they are regretting of not making the nuclear weapon, and they're not gonna make that mistake again. Other countries are gonna learn from their mistake, and the world is gonna be less safe because, you know, more countries need to get their nukes. It's not good. This is a little bit pessimistic take. Okay, let's see what the chat thinks. How many subs did I lose from that that grant? Let's see. It's nice to think that you can just leave the world alone and it won't affect you. I mean, I don't disagree with that. I think that's why Finland should have our nuke. Then they would have to leave us alone. That's why I'm not like a full idealistic pacifist that we can't have army and we shouldn't get scary weapons like nukes. We should get it, because that's the ultimate form of leave us alone. I don't think any country having nuclear weapon is assuring to any other countries, but again, I will say that, you know, other people can have their own same opinion about their country, but I think if anybody could be trusted with nukes, it would be the Nordic countries. Sweet potato. There's videos about Netanyahu saying that in the 80s, like before I was even born. So he's been saying that all of his life. Make what of that you will, but you can easily search the clips. Not just like once, but he said it like mantra for 40 plus years. yeah, obviously we're not gonna change, you know, we're not gonna change the world by talking about trade in the chat. And like I said, my voting record hasn't really made any difference so far, but you know, what are you gonna do? At this point, politics is basically entertainment. I mean, I feel like in idealistic world, it would be good that people follow politics and are informed and have opinions, but of course in practice, you know, what's that gonna do? But you know, I don't think there's anything wrong about talking about it and having opinions about it, but I also don't, you know, obviously me whining about my politics is not gonna do anything, so. Yeah, I know, you know, European countries are protected by NATO, and Finland joined it like not too long ago. Okay, fuck me. I didn't support. Wait, did I forget to put gear on Bellower, or did somebody take it? Finland used to be against joining NATO, and then people changed their minds about it during the Ukraine war. You know, I don't get mad if people support NATO, and I understand the reasons why. And it's maybe a little bit idealistic, but I would rather have like a Nordic version of it than being in NATO. I think the Nordic countries have much more common with each other than with the rest of the Europe or US. I think, you know, Europe is like a bunch of different factions, and like the Nordic countries or the, you know, choose any area, like the middle European countries, the South European countries, the East European countries, they have a lot of, you know, cultural differences. I don't think their opinion really represents us like the other Nordic countries do, so. And by the way, Big Bad Russian, what you said about North Korea, that's a great example. So, North Korea, does anyone in the chat, you know, agree with the North Korean government? Probably not, if they have heard about it before. Have North Korea, like, you know, flexed with their missile testing and stuff? Yeah. Do people generally, you know, hate North Korea and want to invade them? At least American people do. But is anyone doing that? No. What's the reason? What's the reason for it? Take a guess. I'm telling you that it starts with N and it ends with E, and you can make a hard guess. Why are we not not messing with North Korea? Now, would I want North Korea to be like an open democratic society that can interact with the rest of the world? Sure. You know, I think we should do that by, you know, just doing games and movies and, you know, letting them develop at their own time and eventually being influenced by the culture of other countries. But I don't think invading North Korea is gonna be something that I would ever support. Unless they attack other countries first. That would be a different thing, of course. But I don't think they want to do that. I think they, you know, they want to be left alone. That's why they needed nukes. And, you know, they're relatively peaceful. At least compared to some some other countries. By the way, this team that I'm running, I know it's definitely not optimized. I used to do this with like double Calvalax speed running. Not that you can do Frostbiter super fast, but I used to do it double Calvalax speed running. I think that's pretty much used to be the ideal combo. I guess now you can just brute force it with mythic nukers, but my Galvalaxes are naked, so it's not really that big deal. I'm just running this, obviously not optimized team for this. Is Russia a Nordic country? I think Russia is like sometimes counted as European and sometimes not. I haven't heard it being counted as a Nordic country, but it does obviously have border with us. This is definitely not gonna be very popular, I think, with people from other countries, but that's like one reason, for instance, why I don't like Finland specifically being in NATO. You know, I guess now some of the other Nordic countries like Finland joined it, but before, you know, we basically didn't have NATO neighbors, and whatever the Russian NATO is called, I'll always forget what their alliance is, but you know, we could just be neutral. But I mean, I don't think it's the worst thing for Finland to join NATO, but I just don't like that other countries that have very different cultures are kind of bossing us militarily. I would rather that we either have Nordic alliance or we have our own nukes and we don't ally with anybody. we go solo. That's what I would prefer. That's obviously a little bit idealistic, and I'm sure Russia wouldn't take it kindly if we were openly trying to create our own nuclear program, but that's why you need to do it in secret, like Israel did, so... By the way, if anybody is actually super into politics, join my Discord. We have a politics channel. It used to be super popular back in the day. I feel like a bunch of the like super active people before I quit were very political, but all of them have quit trade, so they're not that active anymore. But from time to time there's political action there. Haven't really talked there about the war stuff a lot recently, but I was posting pictures about the Afroman music videos and the court trials and stuff. I mean, I don't get offended, dude. Like the two like most active people we used to have in my Discord, just in general, but especially in the politics channel. One of them is like super hardcore left. I don't know if I want to say their name. I don't think they would get offended. Maybe I can just say one of them is like super hardcore woke left guy, like a globalist woke person called Xivsa. Again, you know, all the best to him. And the other one is like Christian nationalist called Dark. So we had like two of the extremes that were the most active people there. I don't think Dark has played Raid for a long time. I don't know if Xivsa does either. I think they both might have quit the Raid, but we are quite, you know, I don't think we ever had like big drama in the politics channel, and we literally have people from the both ends of the extreme. So, and I'm on the middle. I'm always offending all sides, so we still never really have like I don't think we ever had any drama in the politics channel. People just debate and disagree, but I don't think we actually ever had any kind of tussle. I'm not really... okay. I don't know how much you're into D&D. I'm definitely chaotic neutral too. Not in terms of politics, but just in like my actual character. But you know, some people mean different things with chaotic neutral. I don't like if you're true neutral, you're basically trying to maintain the balance and you don't want to pick a side, and you're always picking basically whatever side is losing. That's true neutral. Those people are maniacs. That's not the way to live. That's like NPC. You can't be if you're a person like that, you're like a lunatic basically. You know, chaotic neutral, you know, you have strong opinions. Sometimes you are on either side and you decide what you pick, depending on the situation. That's me. I think many people identify with chaotic neutral, but some people kind of conflate true neutral and chaotic neutral often. True neutral are maniacs. I don't like true neutral. I like you know, chaotic evil trolls like Yuzi. I like them more than true neutrals. He's Yuzi in the chat. He's not chaotic neutral. He's not chaotic evil. He's chaotic neutral as well, definitely. Maybe a little bit more leaning on the true neutral side just to mess with people. If anybody is curious, do like a D&D personality test. It's kind of interesting. Find out which affinity you are. But I've done it bunch of times. I'm always chaotic neutral. I think I'm pretty, you know, my personality and temperament is pretty well established. No matter what test I take, I'm never gonna get anything but chaotic neutral. So I think that's one of the more popular ones, to be fair. Yeah, Finland joined NATO like during the Ukraine war. It's not that long time ago. Like I said, the Ukraine war kind of switched polls in Finland about it, because it used to be like there's like 10% of people that don't have opinion, but it used to be like you know, 50% or like 55% of people are against NATO, and then 10% are neutral, and then rest support it. Now it's basically the other way. The Ukraine war changed the Finnish opinion. That's why we joined NATO during it. Now it's super complicated. I will say that you know, Finland is very Finland is the least densely populated country in Europe. The area to invade Finland would be very different than Ukraine. It's like hills and lakes and forest, and very hard terrain to traverse. It's kind of really annoying to invade Finland from the Russian side. And Finland doesn't really have natural resources. We don't have like a big Russian ethnicity here. Like, I think before the war, the Ukraine population was like 30% Russian ethnic, so it was very big minority, and like it was like 90% plus Ukrainians, I think, in the eastern regions of Donetsk and Luhansk. They were like Russian, so it was very complicated thing. Like basically the eastern areas were mostly Russian ethnic anyway. In Finland it's not like that at all. We have like less than 1% Russian. It doesn't even make 1%, and we don't really, as far as I know, maybe there's like some tiny town somewhere, but we don't even have like Russian towns or anything like that. So there wouldn't be like big internal support for Russia, and Finland doesn't have like natural resources. The terrain to invade us is very tedious and annoying. I am, you know, I don't like war. I wish they didn't do what they did to Ukraine, but I think it's a lot less plausible that they would do the same thing for Finland. I think it would not be worth it for various reasons, that the facts are different in the Ukraine case. It's very complicated. I'm sure somebody's gonna get really offended about that. I'm trying to be as factual as I can, and I have definitely looked into the demographics and stuff about this before, so... Yeah, I'm aware about that, and you know them, not Rothschilds, but what's the? I guess they own part. What's the big investment group? Like, I guess they're like buying most of the Ukrainian farmland and this kind of stuff. I know about those things, but I'm trying to keep it as you know, clean and like not what's the word? No subjective opinions, just facts, no speculation. But what's the big investment group? You know what I'm talking about. That is buying like all of the farmlands in like in a lot of spaces, but in Ukraine they were like buying as much as they could. Like American investment group that they also invests in the weapon manufacturers, whatever that's called, the big one. I think it's BlackRock, yeah. I think that's what I was referring to, yeah. It's very complicated. I don't want to get too much into the nitty-gritty of the war, because that's gonna be, you know, more opinions and speculations. But it's a very complicated mess. Like I'm sure they could do the same thing to Finland, but I think it's a lot less appealing to them, and I don't think it's that big concern, unless, like, you know, unless us or NATO or something like escalates, and, you know, they actually want to, you know, they need Finland for some strategic reasons or something like that, which, you know, I don't want us to go there. I want all of the countries to leave us alone. I don't want to get involved in any conflict. That's what I think about. If it was up to me, Finland would make nukes, and we would significantly drop our military spending, and we would use it on like infrastructure and welfare and cutting taxes and whatever. Like whatever is the popular demand. I wish we could cut the military spending, which I think we could if we had a nuke. But that's very, you know, that's a very fringe opinion. Nobody thinks that way in Finland. Very, very rare people. Anyway, we're gonna end the stream as soon as I'm done with this, so whatever you wanna say your piece now. I'll stream on Sunday next time, not tomorrow. Or join the Discord to continue the conversation. That's another option, of course. Yeah, I'm very familiar with the Maidan revolution, trust me. I have looked into it. But that's super controversial. If you haven't talked about it, people will get angry. I know about the, you know, like I mentioned before, that it used to be 30% ethnic Russia. I don't know what's it now, but they had all of the conflict that the old president, which was from, I forget which region, but either of the eastern regions, like Donetsk or Luhansk, they had president from that area, and then they had the Maidan revolution, and then he fled to Russia, and then they had a lot of ethnic conflict after that, and it's like a big mess. And it was like a long brewing conflict that was a lot of like ethnic war. Not good. That's why one of the points I was making, that Finland basically doesn't have like a Russian minority ethnic population at all. So we wouldn't have that kind of, we don't have that kind of internal conflict. We have many times more Swedish ethnic people than Russian ethnic. I'm sure we have probably like more like Somalians than Russians in Finland. I haven't looked it up, but I'm almost certain it has to be true. Okay, I'm just quickly checking it out with AI, and you know, I haven't checked this super thoroughly, but it says that Russian would be the 4th biggest ethnicity in Finland, which would be like way less than 1%. There's many nuclear plants in Finland. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. I have even, you know, I have lived very close to one too, so. Okay, not that close, but close-ish. I think Finland, it used to be here, and this is not too long time ago. I don't want to say like exact numbers, but maybe like 5 or 10 years ago, the left-wing people were super against nuclear power, and a lot of, you know, the right wing of course supported it, and a lot of like dissident left and centrist people also supported nuclear power. And then the left kind of lost couple elections, likely in big part because of their stance on nuclear energy, and then kind of the common opinion changed in Finland, and now generally most people to some degree support nuclear energy, and it's not super controversial subject here. Now obviously some people are against it completely, and some people are like, you know, have different kind of standards with it, but I think most people in Finland agree that nuclear energy right now is the most environmentally friendly and you know, cost-effective and prudent way to produce energy. So it's not super polarizing here anymore. It kind of used to be a very big topic of contention some time ago, but it kind of the public opinion on it changed. Subject change. Raider solo Ice Golem 20 in 30 seconds. Brats, I'm glad you're having fun with your Shredder. This Doom Tower rotation is kind of let down. I don't think there's too many things to farm here. I don't think anybody... Even I don't care about Frostbite at this point, and I've been a big proponent of Frostbite since the beginning, and honestly, it used to be really good. People kind of underestimate the set. There's nothing to farm in this rotation. Probably like the only thing you want from the Doom Tower anymore is lethal, and nothing else matters. I'm still gonna farm it, but it's like, why am I even doing this? Can we get the buff for Doom Tower? Probably not, but I feel like, you know, I wish there was some better way to use the materials or something. Turn the materials into something else, like the Stardust or whatever it's called. Okay, I think we're gonna end it there today. I hope we didn't get too controversial. I know some people hate politics so much, but you know, we are all probably mostly adults here, so you probably can disagree with other people and not get too offended. I know sometimes people feel like they're right, and if you disagree, then you're worse than Hitler, but you know, we can get past it. We're all playing Raid here, so... Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream there. Thanks everybody for coming, and join my Discord Sunday next stream.